Day, written by Sharon Bowles. What is Bonfire Night? Remember, the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason and plot. We know no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Traditional UK nursery rhyme. On November 5th every year, adults and children in the United Kingdom gathered together for fireworks and bonfire. Friends and family cheers as a dummy called a guy on top of the fire burst into the flame. The traditional festival is known as Guy Fawkes Day or Bonfire Night. Guy Fawkes Day celebrates a day in 1605 when King James I and his ministers stopped a plot that would have blown up the Parliament. Who was Guy Fawkes? Guy Fawkes was born in 1570 in New York, England, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. At the time in Europe, many Catholic and Protestant countries were at war due to power struggle between the two religions. During Elizabeth's reign, the Catholic religion was illegal in England. Catholics who were caught in practicing their religion would be fined or killed. Guy's parents were Protestant. His parents, however, were Catholic. When Guy's father died, his mother then married a Catholic. When he was a teenager, Guy decided to convert to Catholicism. He was angry about violence and cruelty toward Catholics in England. In his early 20s, Fawkes left England. He traveled to the Netherlands to join the Catholic Spanish army in their fight against the Dutch Protestants. Fawkes served as a soldier in the Spanish army for 12 years and became an explosive expert. The Gunpowder Plot. When Queen Elizabeth I died in 1603, her successor, King James I, claimed he would offer broad acceptance toward Catholics. Instead, he passed even harsher laws against them. Many Catholics have remained loyal to the king. However, Fawkes might meet other Englishmen in the army who were angry as he was about the violence in the Catholics in England. In 1603, Fawkes went to Spain to inform the Spanish king about the plight of the Catholics in England, but the king refused to take action. Spain and England already had a long history of military conflict that they had recently agreed to end. Meanwhile, in England, a man named Robert Casby had begun a plan to revolt against King James Charles I. Casby recruited his cousin, Thomas Winter, in April 1604. They invited Fawkes to join them. They needed Fawkes' exercise with using gunpowder to make explosive. Fawkes did not hesitate. Back in London in May 1604, Fawkes met with other conspirators at a local inn. They took an oath of secrecy. Though many women, such as Anne Fawkes, were part of the movement, only men were involved in this plot. The conspirator intended to blow up the Parliament on the day of the opening ceremony. All ministers and the king would be in attendance. The plotters would then install King James's daughter, Princess Elizabeth, on the throne. Elizabeth was only 9 years old. They believed that if they raised her Catholic, they could influence her reign. 13 conspirators in total were sworn into the plot. Robert Caseby has a house in Lambeth, just across the River Thames from Parliament. The peace between Spain and England meant there was a surplus of gunpowder. Porter purchased 36 barrels of gunpowder and stored them in Caseby's house. One of the plotters, Thomas Percy, got a job as a royal bodyguard. He moved into a house near Parliament by chance that cellar beneath the building of Parliament was available to rent by night. Conspirators transported into the gunpowder in rowboat across the Thames from Caseby's house to the cellar. Guy Fawkes assumed a false identity and called himself John Johnson, posting as the servant of Thomas Percy. He could move freely inside the buildings of Parliament without raising suspicion. His job was to take care of 36 barrels of gunpowder concealed under coal and firewood in the basement. The opening of Parliament had been set for November the 5th, 1905. Plotters were ready. Caught a few days before the opening of the Parliament, Lord Box-Eagle, a Catholic nobleman loyal to the king, received an anonymous letter. The letter warned him not to attend Parliament on November 5th because something terrible was going to happen. Lord Montagu showed the letter to the king's first aide. After he was informed of the plot, the king ordered a complete search of Parliament. The search party found a large amount of firewood in the cellar, and the second search ordered. This time they found Fawkes in the basement with the fuses and matches he was hiding. They searched the cellar more fully and finally discovered the 36 barrels of gunpowder. The guard had caught Guy Fawkes red-handed. Fawkes tried to fight his captor till they tied him up and took him to the king's chamber for questioning. Fawkes told the king's guard that he had intended to blow up both the king and Parliament. He insisted that he had acted alone and told the king he was only sorry that the plot had failed. Fawkes was imprisoned in the Tower of London. There's no proof exactly what he endured, but by November 9, Fawkes signed his name on the final confession. By then he had revealed the details of the rebellion and names of his fellow plotters. On the morning of November 5th, Fawkes arrested and gotten back into the plotter. Robert Caseby and some conspirators were determined to continue their plan to lead a rebellion against the government. Caseby and a small band of rebels stole horses at Warwick Castle, but the authorities pursued him. On November 8th, the king's force surrounded the rebels. They fatally wounded Robert Caseby and the others and imprisoned the rest in the Tower of London. The English court all tried surviving plotters for treason and sentenced each traitor to death. In January 1606, Guy Fawkes and 3 of his fellow plotters were taken to the yard outside Parliament to be executed. The harshness of their punishment was a warning to everyone else who might have been plotting treason. Another conspiracy. Some experts suggest that the gunpowder spot was an inside job, a plot by the king's own minister convinced him to make even harsher anti-Catholic laws. In this version of events, it may have been the king's chief minister who drafted the warning letter to Lord Montagu. Otherwise, how could the plotter have carried out the work right under the nose of the king's guard? were plotters used as scapegoats to raise support for the unpopular king. There's no clear proof for this theory, but the discovery of gunpowder brought the Republic relief that King's life has been saved. The king announced that his survival was a miracle and proved his divine right to the throne. Parliament passes a law same year to make November 5th an official annual day of celebration. This made an unpopular king someone to celebrate instead. The legacy of the plot. The holiday was first known as the Gunpowder Treason Day. Records from this time show that people rang church bells and lit bonfires in England, burning dummies of unpopular figures on bonfire was a very popular activity. People believed that during this drive away evil spirits on November 5th, people began to burn a dummy of Guy Fawkes on the bonfire. By the late 19th century, spectacular firework display and torchlight procession in town and city had become very popular. The processions led to the bonfire and the firework display were held. Today, the bonfires are usually organized by local charities or municipal organizations. Conclusion. Guy Fawkes Day celebrates the failure of the gunpowder plot to kill the King of England over 400 years ago. Today, millions of people in the United Kingdom still enjoy bonfire and see fireworks on November 5th. But some people see Guy Fawkes as a person who stood up for what he believed and fought against his opposition.
Awesome. Click on the items with the red. What? No way. You got a perfect score?